Hey guys, welcome back. So on today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the new Santa Cruz Bronson MX. Finally managed to keep a bike longer than 2 rides, so here's what I've built up and here's how I've been getting on. So here we are, finally, after waiting so long, after this bike being revealed, managed to get my hands on one and keep it this time. So this is the build, mega excited with the outcome. Let's take a closer look. Here we have it. So firstly, let's talk about the colourway. The Bronson comes in a moss gloss, which is the top green, and then it comes in the payday gold, which is that bottom one. Originally, so you got a gloss finish on the moss gloss, hence the name. Which is that top green, and then on the bottom one it is a satin finish, so it's a satin matte finish, and we have put a gloss in Visi, and I think we've done this on a few builds now, and it just really brings out that colour and that really nice glisten to the frame, so well worth the shout putting the gloss in Visi on. Gone for a custom wheel set as well, so we're running the Hydras, Industry 9 Hydra hubs on the reserve rims. This build is fully custom, so I've even gone to real finer detail with the gold nipples. So we've got gold nipples and old school silver spokes. I'm mega stoked with this wheel build. And then we're running the gold, fresh release by PT's products, the gold valves. Santa Cruz reserve rims, so that's full lifetime warranty on those rims. So when I case it and run out of talent, I will get supplied a new one. Of course, Bergtech Cockpit. So we've got the 35 stem, 30mm rise, carbon ride wides, and that new soft Greg Menard signature grip. They do wear out a lot quicker, but they're well worth it. Extra grip, if you're running them with no gloves in the wet, they're absolutely superb. You still get that maximum performance in the wet as well as you would in the dry or with gloves. So on the new Bronson, we have got obviously the 29 up front, and then we've got the 650 on the rear. Standard spec is 160 front, 150 rear. On this particular build, I've beefed it up a little bit, so I've got an extra 10mm on the front, so we're running the 38s at a 170, and then still that original spec Super Deluxe in the rear, which is a 150. Got the XX1 axis on the rear with that beautiful colour rainbow cassette and chain. XX1 crank up front. That is a carryover from a couple of bikes I've had in the past, just due to stocking and availability. That make, I've probably had that about a year, and it's had some serious hits, and it is still absolutely true to this day. Also got the axis dropper, same again, that's carried over from one of the bikes I've had. Ultimate performance, slick, cableless, and it's also got a battery saver, so like a touchdown on the saddle then. If obviously shop bike, so it's always on the shop floor, people do click gears and things like that. Same with a group set. You've got to initially set the to knock the system off. You've got to pedal backwards or put some pressure on the seat for it to remotely work. So that does save, a lot of people pressing buttons and wasting your battery. Bergtech chainring up front, and then of course the Mark 5 peds. I used to ride clips, and then I put these pedals on a few years ago, and I've never looked back. Super Deluxe shock, so that's the ultimate, so that is the top rock shock. They do come with the CC frame, and that is what Santa Cruz recommend. You can really liven that back end up. It's such a supportive and responsive linkage is the VPP. So that shock, rebound for me is all the way out. So super lively at the back, and that's just kind of my riding style, like a kangaroo through the trails. So yeah, it really does suit my setup. After riding this bike twice when it first came out, and having to move that bike on really quick, very limited bike when it came out and really popular hot off the peg. So I got 2 rides on that one, absolutely fell in love. From the minute I put a leg over it on the shop floor, I thought this bike just feels right, feels ace. And then built one up, built it from a frame. The last build I had was frame upwards, and I was running the same setup, exactly the same as this. I had the 38s up front, and then the 29 obviously up front with a 170, and then that 650 on the rear, and it felt perfect from the get-go. And then in those two rides, I've rode it locally, hit some turns, really like just sessioning turns and having some fun. And in the loam, the back end just sat in perfectly. You could just push in and it'd just grip. It was just that smaller wheel, you could throw it around as if it's like nothing. It really felt nice and playful on that back end. And then I took it to bike pack wheels. Bike pack wheels, unbelievable tracks there. Rode a lot of different terrain, and yeah, it just handled each and every one of them perfectly. Background on bikes that I have run in the past. I've had two Bronson V3s, and then I had a Mega Tower prior to this MX, and then now I'm running the MX. And the difference being mainly between this one and the older 650 is noticeable straight away. It's just that front end. It's got a real nice feeling front end on it. It's, you know, business up front, party in the back. The old Bronson, you know, it was a party all round, and it was really playful from where you could chuck it around. But the top end speed, when it got real fast and chattery, I mean, this bike just overpowers that on that sector, that you notice more than anything. And then also with having that front wheel that's a lot bigger than the older one, you just feel it if it is a rock garden or some quite steep routes or a little bit of whatever obstacle you may have to come across over the trail. It just makes that front end easy, so it rolls over nicely and the back naturally follows. With Santa Cruz, they always bring out bikes that are very similar but different in a way, and comparing this to the older Bronson, this just outperforms it by an absolute mile. Yet the previous Bronson, when I rode that, I didn't think there was a bike that could beat it, and it's just unbelievable. They kind of introduce something new and different, and it's just like you get to a level where it can't be better in your head, it can't be better, and then it actually is. So I recently rode Grenoside on this bike, comparing on the flip side of it, I was on a Mega Tower prior to this one, and comparing them both, I'd say in certain areas the Mega Tower was faster, but yet the Bronson was just a lot more playful, a lot more lively, and a lot more fun. In the corners, there's a certain section of corners which I will put in the clip to show you all, but they're quite tight, really tight, and they're quite small, but they've got some supporting so you can really throw your bike into them. And with this, the back end, as soon as you throw it in, it just kind of follows and grips around turns, and you could definitely feel that in comparison to just having a 29er on the rear. Yet saying that, on the top section, I did feel faster on a 29er. So there's pros and cons to obviously 29er, 650, or the full, you know, the MX. 27.5, you've got like a party all round. Mullet setup, you've got business up front, party in the back, and then on the 29er, you've just got business all round. You know, if you want to go to a business meeting and absolutely annihilate it, then 29ers. If you want to go have fun and kind of be sensible in a way, but then also let your hair down in another way, you got this bike. And then if you just want to be partying night and day, 650. Quick summary of the bike: absolute dream to ride, really playful, really light and nimble underneath you. If you're looking at hitting jumps, if you're looking at smashing turns, or even just kind of that all-round mid-travel bike, the Bronson is kind of the one that will fulfill your requirements. If you're looking for a bike in particular, please do get in touch with us here at No Limit Cycling. The next video we'll be comparing a Bronson to a Nomad. So that's a future video, should I say. That's what we're going to be doing in the future. And then we're also going to be comparing 29ers, 650s and the Mullet. So yeah, stay tuned for that. There you have it. So that is my dream build Bronson, and a bike that I will be riding now for the future, or the near future, until someone else buys it. I hope you enjoyed the video. We will be doing a reveal tomorrow on our new brand to store. Stay tuned for that. It's currently 7:30 here at No Limits. The doors are closed, so I've just got to finish this video off, get it all to wraps, and then it should be up within the next half an hour. Please let us know what you think to these videos, and do comment. Let us know what you want to see more of, and if there's anything that we can do to improve. We just do this for you guys, purely for you guys. So yeah, any comments would be much appreciated, and cheers. We'll see you tomorrow. See you in the next one, and yeah, stay tuned for the big reveal tomorrow. Cheers, guys.